this abstract line art today, we're going to be creating an image, and then we're going to add some neurographic lines throughout, and then later on day 2 we'll add some colors using an analogous color scheme. Alright, let's get started. We're going to start off by adding tape around the edge of our paper. So we're going to take the tape, this is a painter's tape, and I'm going to place it right on the edge. We're not going to tape it down to the table, we're just going to make it so it has a frame later on. So I go ahead and overlap a little bit, and we can cut that off at the end. For my artwork, I chose to abstract the Statue of Liberty. So I'm going to use the transfer technique by scribbling on the back, and then I'm going to place it on top of my paper that I got ready, and I'm going to tape it up here so it doesn't move, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on outlining it here. Some of our black outlines. You can use a really thin one, or you can use a regular fine tip. I'm going to use the one with the red tape on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and go around and outline my image. Now that I have my image on here, I'm going to take a marker now, and I'm going to draw some lines to divide up my space a little bit more. These are kind of fun lines that you can go all over and just kind of break up the space. So I'm just going to start off here going slowly. You would never want to go too quickly with this one. They could be very organic lines going in and out. I've even seen some students do this. They'll take their marker lid and they'll use this kind of as a guide to kind of go over and just kind of push it around, and it'll get different types of lines that you're unexpected. Alright, I was able to add some lines into my work. I still don't feel like I have enough. You got to be mindful of how big your areas are. So I noticed that this area is a little too big, so I'm going to break it up with some more lines. And this one is also very large. So I might actually even do loops and go around and kind of have fun with my line work. Once you have all the lines drawn into your work, you're going to use this technique to make them look like neurographic lines. So this is kind of fun. What you're going to do is you're going to find any lines that intersect each other, and you're going to round off the corners. So you just kind of go like this, and then you fill in that area. So I found one right here. You're just making it a little bit thicker where you have an intersection of lines. So I see one right here as well. So I'm going to round off the corners here, a little bit on the inside, and then I fill that in. Alright, I was just working on it for a while here. I do have a few more left. I'm going to share a few ideas that I came up with that work a little bit better. So if you use a bigger Sharpie here, you can actually come in with this neurographic part a little bit quicker, and you can get different variations of your lines. So they're thick and thin throughout. So you might want to try that out for some of those areas to make them a little bit thicker and get down the color a little bit quicker.